Ladies and gentlemen, hey, another Facebook Live on this lovely Tuesday, Election Day. By the way, I'm voting for Nicole Demas. I just want everyone to know that.
Nicole for
Welcome, Nicole Demas from the Scottsdale office in lovely Arizona. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. My pleasure. So, Nicole, start us off. Tell them a little about yourself, how long you've been in this business, all that good stuff, please.
Hi, I'm Nicole Demas. I live in Scottsdale, Arizona. I have been in real estate for 3 years. Isn't that crazy? It feels like just yesterday.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does.
It really does. And then 3 years ago is when I started this crazy business, right before COVID, which was super fun, but got through that, survived that. Now we're 3 years.
You know, if time flies when you're having fun and making all kinds of money. So that's always a good thing.
Mainly when you're having fun.
Right. Well, they go hand in hand.
Have fun.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah, you need money to have fun. 100%.
Right. Well, and it's fun to make a lot of money. So there you go. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And it's great when you're doing what you love and making money all at the same time.
Sure.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right. So where are you this year as far as the office goes? Aren't you up there? Like you've climbed the ranks pretty high up there, haven't you? As far as production.
Yeah. I think I'm sitting at number 2 in the office and number 10 company wide for us.
Number 10 company wide in your 3rd year in the business. That's pretty incredible because we have like 1,100 agents and we have some really good agents. So obviously you are up there.
Yeah, I definitely worked extremely hard this year, but here I am. We got through it, and I don't know. I compete with myself, and I think that's the biggest thing is it's never about anyone but me.
Right.
I don't know why. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you compete with yourself, not against your twin, though. You don't want to do that.
No, thank God we're in very different businesses because I sometimes wonder what it would be like if we joined forces and did this together, but she's mastered her craft and what she does, and I day by day try and master mine. So we are just together mastering what we love to do.
Yeah, and you do some of your marketing with her, don't you? I mean, your Instagram, you have a pretty good following on Instagram, and I know you do some business from there as well.
Yeah. I briefly mentioned before to you, we have built like a brand together for so long because we're twins. So we have had a conjoint Instagram for, since Instagram was a thing. Granted, that was the generation after me. So Facebook and MySpace were still my time. So when we got on Instagram, we joined together. And yeah, it's face and name recognition. You see one, you see both. And when you know one, you feel like you know both. And it's been a blessing and a curse my entire life.
Yes, that's awesome. And you guys look exactly the same except you have different hair color, right? You're the same height, everything. It's
She's like a little bit taller. She's a little bit taller. But yeah, our hair colors are different by choice. People are like, you guys aren't twins. Your hair color is different. It's called dye, which is crazy.
I didn't want to bring that up, but thanks for sharing. Yes.
Yeah. The best is when people say, are you guys twins? And I'm like, yeah. And then they're like, no.
Then why'd you ask?
We look enough alike for you to ask me that question, and then now you're arguing with me. So
that is funny. That is hilarious. You guys twins? Fun. No. I can see that happening. You guys must have a lot of fun with it because you guys are not opposed to having a good time because I do see some of your posts all over the world, all over the country, having some fun. You guys have a good time. And it's good. Play hard, work hard, right?
Yeah, we have so much fun. We love events. So we go to a lot of events. We love sporting events, concerts, name it. We did the polo match and the Cardinals game all last weekend. And
I saw that.
That's part of my business plan, though, kind of leveraging my lifestyle, doing what I love and natural conversations, and it leads into business. So, what works for some people doesn't work for others. And I have found that leveraging what I like to do has brought me the success I have today.
That's such a great point because I don't think a lot of people get that. I'm one of them that didn't at first. because, I'm the guy that used to, well, I can't even say what I used to call Facebook. It's an HR violation. I happen to be in the office, so I can't do that here. Right. But,
Text it to me later.
I'm just laughing. I'm laughing, Nicole, that you said MySpace. When you said MySpace, I almost erupted.
I had a top 8.
MySpace. Anyway, okay. So, yes, one of the things that took me a long time to get was that what you just said, your lifestyle, you have a personal life. Of course, you do business, but you also include them in your life. And that's how you draw people in. Because I know for you, your sphere of influence and your relationships are critically important to your business.
100%. And I did not grow up in Arizona. So my sphere of influence started from ground zero. Like, I did not have high school friends here. I didn't have like childhood friends here. I don't have family here. So yeah, my sphere started with 100% leveraging my lifestyle and my events I go to, or whatever, I do my everyday life. And that's kind of how I started building, because it's extremely hard. You really don't understand how hard it is to, as an adult, move to a foreign place and know nothing, no one.
Yeah. And you have to build it up from scratch there too. And I even love, like, when because I know you're super vulnerable on social media. You had that wonderful post about your mother last week. That was awesome. Right. So all that stuff, when you allow yourself to open up like that on social media, and some people don't get it. Some people think it's, look at me, I'm so, well, it's fun. Right. But then you also put stuff on there that you share with other people and, allow them into your life. And because of that, they get to know you, and they get to know you. And then they say, you know what, I want to use Nicole to sell my house, buy a house. Right. So it's critically important if you're going to go the social media route.
And it's so funny because I try and keep a lot of things off. Like, I'm not going to wake up on a Monday and be like, so today, this is what I had for breakfast and blah, blah, blah. But I do a really good job, I feel, of connecting my worlds, and I've always been really, really big on that, as far as I want all my friends to know each other. And I like having that collaborative, spirit. And I like to be able to share things that are important to me and things that I've gone through to get me to where I am today. And I think that, like you mentioned, my Facebook post about my mom, I think that has 100% formed me into the person I am today. So, and I think that so many people are like, oh, Nicole, you're so strong. But I mean, every one of us has situations that we've been through that make us who we are, right?
Yeah. That develop you, form you, make you who you are. And I think, that's one of the things I think your way of being is very evident. Like some people are going to absolutely be gravitated to you, and some people aren't. And you're okay with that. Really obvious. I'm the same way too. Not everybody stays with me. I mean, I've got my real close knit group on Facebook and Instagram now, but it took me a long time to develop it. But you'll have a lot of people join, unfriend, unfollow, and you just have to get used to that until all of a sudden you have this great group of people that you love what they're doing, they love what you're doing, and then eventually that turns into business too.
Yeah, and they either love you, and sometimes they follow you because they envy you, or because they're jealous, or because they are low-key haters and they want to see. It's really weird how that works. But I had a client tell me one day that I was the most resilient human that he has ever worked with. And that really stuck with me, right? And I'm like, he's 100% right, because my life has knocked me down, and I've had to pick myself up, and knocked me down and pick myself up. And for him to notice that through like our transactions we've done together, mission accomplished.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love it. And that's quite a compliment too.
Oh, I was speechless, and that very rarely happens. When he told me that,
you were speechless? Come on, really?
Speechless. Yes. He said that he had done a lot of real estate transactions and bought a lot of houses, and that he has never met somebody who was so resilient, and no matter what, the obstacles or the hard conversations, he was like, you always come back for more. He was like, it's very impressive. And he told me that no matter who meets me will like me if they know me. And I was like, this is the best compliment. Do you think you could give me a testimonial?
Could you put this in writing? Go to
Can
my
I record
Google
this?
reviews, right? Or
Yeah, but it was so rewarding. Like, and that to me is more rewarding than any paycheck I'll ever get. Like, that satisfaction of that compliment is huge to me. And that's why I remain in this business.
yeah, and I don't think a lot of people get that. And I've heard you say that before, and I think that's really
Yeah.
incredible for us to repeat here is that the satisfaction of meeting somebody's needs, getting them what they want, getting to where they want to go is a lot of times more valuable and more rewarding than the actual paycheck itself, isn't it?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, my goal is for you to be happy, right? So, I don't feel happy closing a deal if you're not happy. So
Right.
it is very, very, very important to me, and I stand by that, and I will always stand by that.
Yeah, and like that, I'm not going to say names, but like that pro athlete you're working with, where you just couldn't make the other half of that transaction happy, so you just have
Yeah.
to cut and move on and not take it personally. That's a tough part of the business, isn't it?
Yeah, because sometimes you do feel really, really, really beat down, and I have a lot of younger generation that always asks me, will you sit down and have conversations with me and tell me kind of, what started you and your experience? Because I really do think people think it's all rainbows and unicorns. And I love rainbows and unicorns. Okay. If anyone loves that, I do. But it's just unrealistic to think everything is so smooth and, it's the easiest thing in the world, because it truly isn't. And you do have those ups and downs. And sometimes it's just not worth it to you. And you have to understand, like, cut it off when you feel like you're so beat down that you just can't do it anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I heard. What was I think? I can't think who said it, but they said that success is like juggling 12 eggs. Okay, not hard boiled, because if you drop them, they'll break, while standing in a hammock.
Wow.
I thought that sounds pretty tough. But if you think about it, it's not for everybody. Real estate's not for everybody. And you've developed your own groove, your own personality, your own way of doing it, okay, which is not exactly the way I would do it, but your way, and it's working incredibly well. And a lot of it is that great customer service.
Yeah, but I function very similar in my work life as my professional life. Like, I am very authentic across the board. You know what I mean? So I don't really change. I genuinely care about the people I care about, and that's in business and in personal life. So yeah, it has worked for me, and all it takes is that one person who loves you, who's going to tell their friends and and it's like a snowball effect. So you make the right few people happy, and they just carry
Tell
your
everybody.
name. Mm-hmm.
Tell everybody. So, which brings me to a great question. Okay, so if you could sum this up into your 3 top points to be successful in this business, life, the business, relationships with people, what would they be?
Leverage your lifestyle. I cannot preach that more, because I think so many people get into this business and they think cold calling and open houses, and that is the way you're going to build your business. And that works for some people. It does. It has not worked for me. I am not against doing it, but I haven't found my niche in that, or my success in that. So that's for sure my first. Be authentic, like, I'm big on that. We can also hear and read a script or recite, lines in a contract, but I just feel like treating people in a way that you would treat someone that's close to you, or I always try and put myself in their shoes. Would I want this? Or use those comparisons to make it seem more realistic.
Yeah.
That would probably be and then probably not lose who you are, and that's another thing, as we talked about earlier. I think that so many people will carry deals that beat them down till the end. And
Right.
You've got to just learn, this is enough. You need to know when to walk away. And I think that's the biggest thing too.
Yeah, those are great points.
All of that this year. I
Yeah.
learned all of that this year. I truly did. I had an incredible year, but my struggles have been on a whole nother level of what I have gone through this year.
Yeah. Well, and never mind your personal life and your challenges and your struggles and your triumphs there. We're talking about you had a couple months, and then COVID hit. all right, which really killed the business for about 4 months. Then it went into hyperspace for 18 months where all you had to do was fog a mirror, produce condensation on a mirror, have a real estate license, and you could at least do okay, but you took off. But now the last 6 to 8 months have been a total different game, haven't they?
Yeah, they definitely have. You've seen the market kind of skyrocket and then it kind of, evened out. And then now interest rates, we don't even have to talk about that, but you are shift in the market. So I have had incredible last 8 months. I really have. And I just set goals for myself and I have exceeded them. And in the end, that's what is important to me. And it's never about anything other than like, this is what I see. This is my business plan and this is the direction I want to go.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And even though it's been a bit of a change the last 7 or 8 months, you've still been able to rock and roll. And I think a lot of it is because of, you have a tremendous sphere of people. I just think you being you, right? You attract people. You do it by social media. You do it by several different ways. And then they end up working with you and you do a great job. And then they tell people. It's a very simple but excellent way to get it done.
2 + 2 = 4.
That's right. Or 5.
Yeah, you are exactly right. So now I just feel like there's so much pressure moving forward and I need to take a step back sometimes and be like, it's okay for me to take a week, and the last 2 weeks I've been focusing on myself and like kind of breathing. I'm working with buyers, right now that but I'm not pushing, I am whatever works for them in their life when they want to make that move. I'm here to support it.
Right. Yeah. You're the consultant. And you acted there as their friend too. It's very obvious because you have them all for friends for life after that, pretty much. If they're not, that's good. It's a good thing. It's a good way to be because not every agent can pull that off. Stats. Well, let's just talk about NAR. National Association of Realtors say that 78% of agents, once they close a deal, never talk to that client again. Isn't that shocking?
It is shocking, but I really make it a point to follow up. Or one of my clients' birthday was yesterday and I sent like a Apple Pay, get a coffee on me, like it's important for them to know I want to walk through life with them,
Yeah, you're thoughtful. That's good. And people really appreciate that when they can tell you're thinking about them and it's authentic and real.
Yeah, it is. It's been a lot of fun. I definitely think I would be a counselor if I wasn't in real estate just because I've gotten so good at this.
But news alert, you're in a higher paying job right now, just so you know.
I know. And I stress.
Right? And you get to have fun.
Yeah.
Right? So it's a great job. I'm not saying counseling isn't fun because I'm sure there are some times it's fun, but it doesn't seem as fun as this business.
Yeah, it is. But we're approaching the holidays and I love the holiday season. I don't know if you know anything about me, but I love the Hallmark Channel. So I find a lot of peace.
Oh my God. You and Tina would get along great. My wife Tina is a Hallmark junkie.
Oh my gosh.
Here's my only argument with Hallmark. Okay, you watch a movie on Hallmark, it's the same exact story with different people. Isn't it?
Okay. But what girl doesn't want to live a Hallmark story? That's what people think.
There we go.
What I mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got you. Okay, so it's the Hallmark / holiday Christmas bouquet of girl awesomeness. That is what's most attractive to you. Okay, I get it now.
Exactly.
All right, Nicole. All right, we got to get you your own reality show. That's what we have to do. But let's finish with this today. Any final words you want to leave these lovely people?
I just want to thank all my clients, all my family, all my friends, everyone who has supported me over this last crazy 3 years. I think that couldn't have done it without you. It's crazy. And the support I've gotten from everyone is just, it makes it worth it.
Yeah, well, that's very nice. And you're awesome. We love having you as well, obviously. And I'm sure your family and everybody's really proud of you. So that's great. You're the best. Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate you taking your time out today. Everybody else, on Thursday. See ya. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.